Last episode, we talked about what to do when you think you like a girl or a lady.
Mhm.
And today, we're answering your questions. So, some
Yeah.
of you asked questions, and we're here to give you answers.
Hey, Stalwart fam.
Hey,
Welcome back to our channel.
welcome
My
back.
name is Faith,
My name is
and
Michael,
we are the
the
Stalwart
Stalwart
Lovers.
Lovers.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. If you're new here, we are so glad you stumbled upon us. Make sure you watch this video to the end. Subscribe while you're at it. And if you're returning, thank you for always coming back.
Love it.
Tell your friends to come and join us. Share this video. Like the video. Drop a lovely comment below, and let's get right into it.
All right, to save time, we're just going straight into the question. So the episode was about what to do when when you like a lady, and we're still continuing in our series, the Christian relationship series. We only have a few questions today, so we'll make it as quick as possible.
Yep. All right. So this question is given that a guy should not walk straight up and tell a lady he meets somewhere about his feelings,
Mhm.
how should he initiate a platonic relationship with a lady he's meeting for the first time and collect her contact, probably because he may not see her again? So that he can then start getting to know her. What will you say? What will he say to avoid coming off as a toaster?
Mm. All right,
I really love this
I
question.
like
Yeah.
the premise of the question, and that is, of course, following the things we discussed
Yeah,
in the
last
last
week.
episode
Mm-hmm.
about how you don't just walk to a random stranger and say, "Hey, girl, I like you," stuff
Yeah,
like that.
you just come off as
Yes. So
okay.
I really love the question. Before I go into the deep details of this question, I think the first thing to state is this: every person's scenario will be
Mm-hmm.
different.
Yeah, everyone's story will be
How
different.
you would meet your partner will be different. That's the truth. The most important thing is to have a few foundational knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
mindsets. Number one, to be at rest. you know
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, we always quote that scripture when it comes to life partner, that God put Adam to sleep
Mm.
when he was doing all the work, bringing Eve to him. And when he woke up, God brought Eve to him. And so, I mean, not literally you sleep in your room and then you see a vision and all that. No, you have to be out there, you have to see people, right?
Yeah.
But you have to be in a state of rest
Mm-hmm.
in your heart. Rest because you trust God. Rest because you know God is working things for your good. All things are working for my good. That's what the Bible says, and I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very important thing for you as a guy or a lady when it
Yeah.
comes to a relationship. The second is that, like I said, situations can be different.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the circumstances that surround meeting this lady.
Yeah.
So even in evangelism, when you're trying to preach the gospel to someone, we always encourage in our church that if you know you have enough time, maybe your neighbor, someone you see in church every Sunday, or I
Or your
mean,
your
evangelism is not church now.
yeah, or
So
your
your
colleague
colleague
at
at
work
work,
or
yeah,
something.
there's a strategy you use. You don't just come all the way. You are subtle. You are gentle. If it's a short journey, maybe an Uber ride for like 30 minutes, you get to know them. You ask some questions, and then before midway, you hit the point, right? If you meet someone at a wedding party, a stranger you met at the wedding party, you probably don't know if you see her again, but something is pulling you. And be careful that you're not just pulled because a lady is beautiful.
Yeah, she has done a lot of makeup and she's wearing a
Yes,
nice dress and all
just
that.
but it's fine when beauty
It's
attracts
fine.
you,
Yeah.
but let what keeps you attracted be their character, their intellect, and stuff like that. So when something pulls you, what you should do is be bold to strike up a
The
conversation.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, strike up a conversation, walk up to the lady, and just get a glass of juice or something and offer her a drink, or just say, "Hey, hello, my name is Michael, what's your name? Are you for the groom or for the bride? Oh, the bride is my best friend when I was in this and that." Just strike up a conversation, ask a few questions. That can help. You want
Yeah.
to chime in?
Yeah, I would just like to say, I mean, eh, adding to the things you have been saying already, master conversation starters, things that can just help you break the ice
Yes.
with people, especially strangers, people that you feel like, okay, you might not meet again. Just that good conversation starter, I
Yes.
think it will really help.
Yeah. I mean, if you are the type of person who doesn't know how to strike up conversation or hold a conversation, like be the person that's holding the conversation, you might struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you add that you can hold a conversation for long, because you know how to link topics into a new or substrata and just keep going, I think you're going to find it easy. So, what do you do not to come off as a toaster? Don't be a toaster.
Mm-hmm.
Just simply be someone who is interested in the lady.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be just a genuine friend or someone who is looking to find a friend. You see, it's it's easier when you are trying to just be normal
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit mysterious. Your whole intent is not so obvious the first
Yeah,
time.
you're not shouting to start.
Yes, so if you meet a lady and you're like, "Hello, how are you?" Maybe something just made you guys start talking.
Yeah.
Maybe she bumped into you and like, "Hey, Yashi, I'm so sorry." It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I like your hair, though. Where did you get it from? And she's like, "Oh, oh, don't try me. I know a lot about hairs. I bought from my sisters. I mean, my ex girlfriend. So trust me, I know good hair when I
Do
see
you
one."
really want to talk about your ex-girlfriend?
It's fine. You already just gave a signal that you're single.
Well, maybe.
Yes. Yeah, already. There's nothing wrong about that.
Oh
You already
shit.
gave a signal that you're single.
That might be seen in two ways. Guys, drop in the comments. How do you see that?
I mean, so whatever, like I'm just thinking of my head. Like I can
Yeah.
start up a conversation with anyone on anything.
Yeah.
I mean, let me not say on anything. When it's time to preach the gospel, you have to now be calculating. When I'm in an Uber and I'm like, hey, where do I start from? And I'm looking around the guy's car. Okay, I see an image of something. Oh, is that your mom's? Oh, no, that's our goddess. Oh, great. Then I use that to start. But for me, it's always a little bit difficult when it comes to the gospel in an Uber. I don't know where to start with. Eventually, I kick off something. But most times, I don't find it difficult. So, like my wife said, conversation starter it is. I would like to say this though. If you think this person will disappear, you never see them again, and you only have like 5 minutes or something to talk to them, let them go.
Yeah, like
Let them go. You will come off wrong. All right, let them go. Also believe that if they are meant for me, they will come around. They will come
yeah.
back into my life. There's the peace and calmness you must always approach this, relationship thing with. If you have put your trust in God, then let God do His work.
Yeah, don't keep looking at every single fine lady that you see as, oh, she could be it, she could be it, she could be it. The truth is, as a mature believer, you can get to a point where this person will be your wife and you probably not see her again, and you would actually get a strong impression in your spirit. That's why
Yes.
we said in the beginning that everybody's case is different. You could
Yes.
actually get a strong impression in your spirit to get this person's number, start talking to the person or whatever the instruction might be, right? But there should be that state of rest. You shouldn't have to walk up to every single lady that looks like it or at the first glance.
Yes.
If it's not good, let's say you're both in the bus and maybe your bus stop is just 5 minutes or something and nothing strikes up, then just let it go.
Yeah.
Don't go around looking for everybody's number, just feeling like, this person looks fine. And let me just see.
Yes, you
Let
want
me
to
get
get the
a
number of
number. This
everybody
person
that is
looks,
fine.
there should be
so
that
so at
rest.
least there should be that rest. And so another good strategy is if you know someone that you know, so just relax, connect through the person and say,
Mm-hmm.
what about that your friend? How is she? Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And then maybe find her social media, follow her, comment once in a while. And then after a while you feel comfortable, you can go into her
Great
DM and
idea.
just strike a
Let's try for
conversation.
Boko. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
find out if she's attending a concert or an event and also show up,
Yeah.
but just make it as organic
Make
as
it as
possible.
organic as
Because if it's
possible.
too apparent, it's a turn off in some way, but see, I'll let the ladies speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that's majorly it. Number one, don't be afraid to let people go. If it is for you, it will happen. Just have that peace of mind. That's what happened with my wife actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't want to come off as one kind of toaster because I already had the position of a responsible elder brother in some way, someone that could be a mentor to you.
Yeah.
Seeing that the first time we met, I was literally like a lecturer and you were a student. I didn't want you to just feel like, okay, here we go, another guy that's trying to
Talk
toast
to me.
toast me and all that. But I knew that my spirit was being drawn to her, and it was not just one kind of the first time. I saw her. I noticed her the first time I saw her in that lecture hall. The second time I was lecturing her class, I saw her. I noticed her. Then by
You came to
Kairos,
my
I found
studio or
myself
something.
in her studio and we had a conversation. And then she came for the
A
concert.
concert,
Like I
yeah.
was just seeing all the okay, God is you're around me. There's something about you. And
Yeah.
that's how I pick my friends too. You know, there has to be something about you. I don't just become friends with the random person that I see and I think I like. And so over time, I just kept seeing it. And one day I told her cousin, like, what about that your cousin? And said, okay, tell her I'm saying hi. And the reason why I said that was I didn't want to say give me her number. I just didn't want to. You just receive a random number. I mean, I don't think it would have been bad, but
Mm.
my heart, I was checking my heart. I don't want to be forward. I don't want to rush things. I calmed down, and the Holy Spirit told me, tell her cousin to tell her you're saying hi. She will get your number and call
Can
you.
call you.
It was so funny. I said, okay,
Yeah.
Holy Spirit, let's see. And I just told him, believe me, tell your cousin I'm saying hi. He told me her name.
Mm.
So, oh, Faith, okay, tell her I'm saying hi. I just kept quiet about it. And I left. I left Akure. Every chance of seeing her was gone
Yeah.
until she called
Also
me
it's
on
also it
Sunday.
seemed.
Exactly. And so, I mean, some other people, maybe from anxiety, will probably do it differently. But hey,
Hey.
to each his own.
Yeah, and I just wanted to chime in more on that social media aspect. When it feels like okay, maybe you met someone at a wedding, you met someone at an event, at a conference or stuff like that, and it feels like you might not see them again, but then you have a little bit of time, just as my husband said, the
Yeah.
conversation starters, as I said earlier as well. Conversation starters, strike up something interesting about yourself, something, ask her questions,
Yeah.
let there be an opening conversation, and then you could just follow each other on social media. I feel like that happens even on LinkedIn. You could connect on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and things like that. Just make it seem, if you connect on LinkedIn, it seem like you're one kind of
Professional
professional
stuff.
relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you will just be surprised how conversations will start. And don't be afraid that you're on LinkedIn or on some sort of serious social media account. When the conversation starts to go, you will
Yes.
change platform.
In
It's
fact,
normal.
what you said just reminded me of what I wanted to say in terms of when you meet someone for the first time and you think that you would like to know the person more, demonstrate a little bit of value. A
Yeah.
reason they wouldn't mind connecting with you
Yeah.
outside that.
Outside that
For example,
circle.
they won't mind you following them on social media and
Mm-hmm.
following you back, or they won't mind connecting with you on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
If you had some value that shows that you're a potential good connection in the career space,
Yeah.
she will connect. She will
Yeah.
connect. If you
Yeah.
have, godly stuff you share on social media, you can just talk about it that, oh,
Yeah.
I really believe in God and
Yeah. And
I take my time to,
mm-hmm.
use my social media as a good platform. You can feel free to follow me and I don't mind following you as well. A good
Yeah.
lady would not mind connecting that way.
Yeah. And this issue of social media, just okay, now you followed each other, make reasonable comments under their
Mm,
posts,
mm,
check out for their stories, like their stories, make a comment on their stories. The person will know that okay, you're around, but at least it's not like you are saying, I like you, let's date. You have been subtle and platonic about it. You're just being a genuine person that is kind of interested in the person, and the person is able to just get to know you on that level,
yes.
right? Those interesting comments, those um DMs through the stories here
Yeah.
and there, and just strike up the comment. Be an interesting person in yourself,
Yes.
have something that you have to say and something you have to offer to that person. And this thing, it is not, I feel like it is, if the person is yours, it would flow so well
Yes.
that you would
Yes.
not be forcing anything.
Yes.
You would not force anything. And that's why it's important to not come off as a toaster or as someone, because you want things to really flow. She would never know when she started liking you
Which is
and
sweeter.
feeling like, oh, this guy is such an interesting person. This guy is such a
Yes.
nice person.
Yes. That's it.
And she would even be hoping that something could
Hopefully
come
something
out
happens. Yes.
from that.
That's how to do it.
Yeah.
That's how to do it. All right.
Okay, I hope that was a good answer. So this one is a little bit long, but I feel like I need to explain a little.
Okay.
Okay, let me just explain the question. So the lady and the guy met, green flags, nice, is a Christian and all that. But and the guy asked her if she sees herself in a relationship with him, and she said yes, because at the time it seemed like he had at least ticked one of her
It's so
100
funny. Why would
boxes.
a guy just ask? Do you see yourself in a relationship with me? If you want to
Oh,
ask a lady out,
it was
ask
being
a lady out.
together.
Do you see us being together? Okay, if she says no, you not ask her out.
Oh,
If she says yes, you still not ask
ask.
because this guy self did not
He
ask.
still did not ask. Even months down the line, he still didn't ask. And months down the line, the lady herself is no longer liking him as much as she
Of course,
used
because
to.
you, because
It's
number
just
one,
a little erratic.
you didn't come out clean. You know
Yeah, and the guy seemed to not be like driven
the way
towards
she wants.
finances and career and some other things the way she wants. So she doesn't know how to let the guy know in a good way
That the ship has sailed.
that she's not she doesn't think she's as interested as she used to be before or something. Or let me see, is it a red flag? How do I gently make him understand where he stands now?
I'll let you
Well,
go on that.
well, the truth is that you are the one who knows your values. If there is something you cannot take or something you cannot live with, maybe his drive for towards life, you said finances, career, and more and stuff like that. If you feel like he's not really giving you that vibe and you don't really see yourself coming together with him anymore, you've not made any commitments. To me, I feel you've not. It's some sort of verbal. It's not a commit. To me, I feel like that's not a commitment
Because
yet.
you didn't directly ask and you did
Yes,
not
and you're
directly
not in a relation.
answer.
Yes, and you're not in a relationship. It just acts like a hypothetical question, like if we would be together, do you think that would be something you can see happening?
Yeah.
Oh yes, no. That doesn't mean okay, I've asked you out or or
Yep.
you've accepted. So
Mm-hmm.
and she asked him the same question and he said yes. So that's not a commitment. So you're not necessarily, of course, you've had a talking stage probably at that
Yes.
point. You've
And
had
you've kind of been vocal with your
you with your
feelings.
feelings, but you just have to say it. Like
Hmm.
the truth is there is no nice way to say anything that is hard in this
I
life.
mean, there are less difficult
They are
ways.
less difficult in terms
Less
of where you don't break down is image,
spirits.
self-image or
It's
spirit or
yeah.
stuff like that. But you just let him know plainly, like I don't think this is going to work because of this.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening anymore. I know I said that probably it might happen, but I don't really see that happening anymore. And he
Yes.
will just have to take it in good faith. He might
Yes.
fight, he might try to get you back, he might try to, and if you
That's fine.
if and that's fine. But if you truly don't see it and you don't accept it and all that, the fact whether it's a red flag or not is a story for another day. But I feel like if you something you cannot accept, something you can't live with as a person, as a woman, if you don't see the person being your husband, being your man, being your head, then don't settle for less. That's just what I'll say.
Absolutely. And a good way to strike that conversation would be everything that you're doing that seems like you are encouraging him that you have feelings for him, stop it immediately.
Yeah, stop it. Let him see
Let him
that
see that
distance.
withdrawal. Whether he picks up the
The
trail,
cues
the
or
cue,
not.
fine. If he picks it and he asks that, oh, what's going on? You've been acting different. Well, you can come out playing that. First of all, we're not in a relationship.
Yeah.
Guys can just be enjoying that relationship thing without
You
necessarily
know?
asking. I don't like it. Let ladies begin to set things clear.
Yeah.
So first of all, we're not in a relationship. Secondly, I'm not sure I really am feeling you that much. I think that you're not taking your finances seriously or your work with God seriously, and I really want
You
a
might not
man
even state all the
like
reasons, but
where you can, because
you know,
depending on the
it could really
conversation.
break.
Yes, so no, for example,
It's
if
hard.
you tell a guy that, well, I'm not really sure I'm feeling it that way because you've not really been taking your work with God seriously, and you're always struggling to go to church when it's time for Bible study, you're complaining. What I'm looking for in a man is, see, don't be afraid to be clear about that. I feel like you disagree.
No, I feel like she was even talking about his finances and career.
I mean, so for finances and career, because it is different, you can be a little bit
Discreet. Because
discreet.
you don't want to come off as someone that
Oh,
feels like
you
I
don't have
don't
money.
believe in you or
Yeah. Oh, I
because you
don't
don't have
believe.
money
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. But you are the one that knows within yourself. Although, okay, I was trying to avoid answering the question, but when it comes to it being whether it's a red flag or not, I would have said see us in counseling, but but I'll just give you a tip. I'll just give you a tip. Um, when you're picking a man, you're not just picking someone that you love that would tell you I love you, baby, and all that. You're picking a leader. You're picking you're picking a provider. You're picking a father for your children. You're picking you're picking someone you want to be proud of, right? So you don't necessarily look out for someone that is rich or that has money or that has everything figured out. But you need to definitely look out for someone that is visionary, that is working hard, that has a trajectory and a track record of doing things well in the past and growing to where he is right now,
Yes.
and that drive for more in his
Yes.
life. That's all I'm just going to say. If
Yeah.
you need more, come to counseling.
Yeah.
come, come to our one-on-one section
My
session.
wife
But
once told me when we were in a relationship because I was broke. I was broke as anything. But she said she knew something in me that this guy would not fold his hands and let his family suffer. She
yeah, I
saw
just
it.
knew. I just
As
saw it.
poor as I was, there's a way you can tell.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. So the third question, so the person just says, please, how do I know if a lady I'm interested in loves me or will accept my proposal?
Hmm. That one is very peculiar to your case. But how do you know if a lady you're interested in loves you? First and foremost, you can tell if there's some mutual responses.
Yes, and
In
connection.
communication, if a lady doesn't like a guy,
Yes,
there are a lot of things that she will not do
she will
with
not
you.
have time to talk
She
to
will
you.
not create time to talk to you. She will not create time to talk to you. If after, for example, after service, you're always hanging around her, she will just find a way to excuse herself.
Yeah.
Girls are not that nice.
Yeah.
They are not that nice. If they don't like you, it
If she
will be
doesn't like
obvious.
you,
It will be
you won't
obvious.
get the vibe.
If you are too afraid to ask her because you don't think she likes you, even just as a friend, I think you are most likely right.
Yeah.
But if you think she likes you, but you're not sure she loves you to accept a proposal for a relationship,
Yeah.
well, a few things. Find out if she's single,
Mm-hmm.
because if she's not single,
Yeah.
no matter how much she
Yes.
likes you, the
Mm-hmm.
conflict in her mind about the person she's with would be
Mm-hmm.
something. Number two, just for example, I feel like there are ways when you are sure that you like a lady and you've decided this is the person I would like to marry. Oh, begin to do a lot of romantic stuff, a lot of nice gestures, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
compliments, and see how she responds.
We'll see how she
If
responds.
she gives you cues to continue, like she likes what you are doing, it's a good sign. If she's always shutting you up, like from where to where,
Yeah. Just know that she doesn't like you.
I'll still say ask regardless because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to be too you don't want to be living with what if she really like me but I didn't ask. You know, ask anyway. If you know you've made up your mind, ask anyway. Get the
Yeah.
rejection if you would and move on. Know that at least I asked.
Don't be afraid of rejection.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of
And some people
rejection.
also need the asking for their eyes to now begin to get open. Some girls, some ladies, they are so used to you, they like you as a friend, but the day you ask them out, they are
They're
shocked.
shocked. Yeah.
And then they go back home. For 2 weeks, they are still processing it, but they eventually come around.
Mm.
I've seen that before. So in the end,
Which is why I truly encourage guys to take their time to at least get this girl to like them as a
yes,
friend. Like, let this girl like you, let this person like you, and be patient. That's one point I really want to mention. Time would tell.
yes,
Time will tell if this lady likes you or not. Time will tell. You would know if this lady likes you or not. You will be able to know that, no, this lady loves me. If I ask her out like this, she will say yes.
yes.
So don't be too afraid of rejection. Most important thing is be that good friend, be a kind person, be a lovely person to be with, to be around with, to hang around with, and pray about it. Be sure, and then ask. So that's, I think.
Also, I think I want to just drop this cue. Find a way to get close to her best friend.
Mm.
Find a way to get close
Our
to
best friend will tell
her
you,
best friend.
this girl likes you or this girl
And
doesn't
even if
like
not her best friend,
you.
people that friends that she listen to,
Yeah.
try to make them very close to you and let them see. You know, this is a good strategy. You're not trying to say I like your friend, I like your friend, but you are a good friend to have are good friends that they see you, they think you're a great guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
When you talk to her and she's too because you talk to her
She was
friends.
also a friend.
The only thing you have is good recommendation. And he's
Yeah.
a nice
He's
guy.
very
In fact, the
nice guy.
last time this, the last time that, number one, if you're close enough to her friends, you can actually tell her friend like, "What's up? I like your friend. Is there any chance here?" Her friend will be honest with you, like, Dio, don't bother. I know where her heart is. I won't tell you who, but I know her heart is somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or at least tell you, ask her first.
Mm-hmm.
She won't want to, of course, tell you that, oh, my friend is so
Head
in love
over
with
heels
you.
in love
Just
with you.
ask her first. Who knows? She would,
Yeah.
So our friends are a
Mhm.
good. See,
And you just even being close and being friendly with them,
they'll
and
put
them
in good
see you
word
as
for
a
you.
nice person, I feel like they'll put in good word for you.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all with the questions. I hope the answers were helpful. The answers to the questions, I hope they were helpful. I hope this blessed someone out there. Please, if this video was a blessing to you, make sure you share it with others. Share it with every guy, everyone you know. Share this series. Anybody that is single that you know in your life, even if you are married, you're a grandma, because I know that grandmas watch us. If you're married already, if you're in a serious relationship, you might feel like you don't need this, but you have your younger ones, you have your single friends
Yes.
that would definitely benefit from this series. So make sure you share this with them. Drop a comment below, like this video, subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah, and watch out for our next episode. What are we talking about next?
We are talking to the ladies this time. We're talking about what to do when you like a guy or when you feel like a guy likes you or stuff like that.
Yeah, or when a guy asks you out.
Ask you
So
out.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be sweet.
It's gonna be nice. Yeah.
All
So
right,
watch
see
out
you in
for
the
that.
next episode. Till we come your way again.
Keep loving.
Keep believing.
We are
The
the Stalwart
stalwart
lovers.
lovers.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.